continuing a series on this channel where I rank every single front office in the NBA from worst to best. Number 20, it's the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz were considered, I think, one of the better front offices in the NBA a few years ago. I mean, Danny Ainge stole so much from the Timberwolves and the Cavs when he traded Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell and officially started this rebuild. But I think since then, they've made a lot of questionable decisions, and I'm not really sure about the direction of this roster at all. First of all, the method of tanking which this team is using is so goddamn unethical. When they were like nearly a 500 team for the first half of the last few seasons and then intentionally bottomed out like severely and acutely for the last 35 games of those years in order to stay in the lottery and keep their draft picks, that was like inexcusable, and that's how you destroy a culture. What they should have done is they should have fully committed to the rebuild earlier and not kept Lauri Markkanen on the roster for this long. Seriously, that guy's been detained in Utah for years longer than is necessary. At this point, please trade him. Please recuperate the value. You could have gotten 5 first-round picks from Lauri Markkanen not that long ago. That number's probably gone down to like 2 to 3. Guys like Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson, I'm not really sure what their place was on the roster the last few years. It was very clear this team was trying to be bad, and I don't really feel like they did a great job of investing in young guys and investing in anything permanent for the future, and they just sort of treaded water and spun their wheels until they sucked. I don't hate all the draft picks they've made, though. I think individually the players they've gotten are actually kind of good. Really like Taylor Hendricks. I think Kyle Filipowski is going to be really good. Isaiah Collier is a very interesting ball handler. He's got a lot of burst, a lot of quickness. I'm just not confident that the conglomerate of these players really makes sense when you throw in a Keontae George, a guy who's a cone defensively that needs the ball in his hands to be really good. Woody Williams, who was just an absolute disaster in his rookie season. Thank God he had a nice summer league. And Ace Bailey, who, again, another guy who needs the ball in his hands to be good, is like an apex scorer, a player whose archetype is sort of starting to go extinct. He's gonna need to level up his three-point shot. He's gonna need to level up as a playmaker and defender. I'm just not really sure how these players fit together. And I think the Utah Jazz have kind of been duped into the last few years into thinking they have like an OKC or Houston light rebuild. They don't really have that. They don't have the future stars on this roster, or at least I don't really think they do. Ace Bailey could be. Keontae George or Isaiah Collier could become really good, so could Filipowski. But I don't really think these players fit particularly well together. I think the team has kind of done a shitty job in terms of aggregating other assets on this roster. They're going to be horrible next year. They're probably going to be a sub-20 win team again. They have like almost nothing good other than young guys. So they had better hope they get a high pick, because otherwise I think this rebuild is starting to go nowhere fast.